Hello, welcome to a new video. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the Fido event. I'm sadly away while this Fido event is going to be happening, but it is an event that you cannot miss. Like, this Pokemon is going to be insanely important for PvP. We're going to take a look here today at potential teams on why this Pokemon is so important. And yeah, this is, by the way, the event. We see here graphics from Galax. Again, best graphics here as well for Pokemon Go. And we see the event itself. There's even some higher shine chance for 2 of the Pokemon as well. But Fido is going to be a very, very good Pokemon that you really want to have here. It's starting at level 2. We don't really know what directly it's going to be, but it's like a global challenge for nice curveball throws. Find the event that is not like anyone else. And at level 6, we even get 4 times catch starters, which is going to be kind of insane. So like, this is going to be a great event to play. And Fido is going to be a great Pokemon to get. And we're going to take a look at this all here today. This is going to be Fido for the Open Great League. What we'll see as well, or like the Dachsbun, the evolution. We're going to see here already, very good bulk. 2019 is a very solid bulk, especially for a Charmer. Don't get me wrong, it's not a Azumarill level bulk, it's not a Mandaboss level bulk, but it's very solid bulk. But then we see the moveset of Charm, Body Slam, and Psychic Fangs. Psychic Fangs is the main thing that makes this Pokemon unique and good. I hope, like currently I'm recording this video on the 29th of December, I hope that they don't change the moveset until then, otherwise this video is going to be obsolete. But I do think it's going to stay like this, because it looks kind of okay, right? Like, it looks like 18 wins, 17 losses, and not too crazy. But if you want to take a look now for a Charmer in the 2-shield scenario, which is the most important shield scenario for this one, you all of a sudden have 28 wins and 8 losses. And that is ridiculous. Like, that is overpowered. Like, that gives you a lot of potential, because you have 8 Pokemon here, basically. They're going to be able to beat you, and the rest is going to go down against you. And that is ridiculous. Like, that is something that will allow you to definitely have a great time in the Open Great League, because you have strategies that we can go for, which you can take a look at later as well, which is going to be very, very great for you. And so Dachsbun is something you need, like literally you need to get this Pokemon. We're going to take a look here real quick at the different Charmers for the Open Great League and see how it compares. We're going to have here, for example, the one-shield scenario first. This is going to be interesting as well. I'm going to showcase here that all of those in the one-shield scenario, Wigglytuff and Dachsbun are going to be the best ones. Why is this the case? Because both the Shadow variants are a little bit too squishy for low shield scenarios. They really shine in like higher shield scenarios here. So Granbull is basically the biggest example for like a Charmer that is just pure fairy type. That's why it's in here. We have Ninetales as one of the best Charmers as well, with a Weather Ball being very fast, and then Wigglytuff, of course, the most common Charmer currently. Wigglytuff has the best average rating, but if you take a look at the win rate, you're going to see that Dachsbun is going to win this one here with 2 extra wins compared to the Wigglytuff, which is going to be insanely important and going to be even more important moving forward, because now all of a sudden, the Shadow Charmers are kind of picking up pace, because, again, Shadow Charm is going to be ridiculous in the 2-shield scenario, and Wigglytuff is going to be actually the worst out of them 4 here, which is kind of hilarious. As we see that down here, Dachsbun, it's going to be a bit lower than, for example, the Alolan Ninetales, but it is going to have a better win rate. It wins 2 more matchups compared to the Alolan Ninetales. So, while yes, you might have 7 less average rating, means that there are some matchups that are a little bit closer, where you don't win with as much HP. This Pokemon is going to be able to win 2 more matchups compared to Alolan Ninetales, making it the best Charmer, because it is great in any shield scenario, which is not the case, for example, for Alolan Ninetales, which you really need shields. And also, it is the best one in the 2-shield scenario, which is going to allow you to win just the most amount of matchups with it. So Dachsbun is instantly going to be one of the best Pokemon that they can run in the Go Battle League with this typing as well, because, well, yes, something like normal typing for Wigglytuff is kind of cool for Ghost-type Pokemon. Against Fighting-type Pokemon, all of a sudden in close combat is going to one-shot you. Dachsbun is going to not have any problem against Pokemon like Primeape or Annihilate, even with energy on them there. It is going to be a very solid matchup for you, because Charm is just going to chunk them away, and you don't have to fear the close combat. Here we're going to compare now 2 different sets of Dachsbuns in terms of the IVs. Here we're going to have a little bit of low attack investment. Here we're going to have a little bit of an attack investment. What this kind of means, by the way, as well, is just that here we can compare if it's important for you to have like high stats, or if it's better to have a little bit of an attack investment. And what we see here as well, while the normal for Alligator is a matchup that he could win with a bit of an attack investment, it is generally better to have the better IV variant. So like, it is kind of important to have like kind of the highest rank for this Pokemon. I think it's going to be the best way of playing this one, because generally speaking, if you take a look at the breakpoints, where we're going to have like more charm damage against Cresselia, Feraligatr, Gastrodon, and as Wigglytuff, I think the bulk points are a little bit more important with the matchups of Annihilate, Bibarel, Driftblim, as well as Toxapex. I guess Toxapex, you still actually have access to Psychic Fangs, which makes the matchup a bit better for you as well. Of course, you're still gonna lose it. But Dachsbun is insanely overpowered. And now we can move on to the first team, which is going to be Dachsbun, Diggersby, and Corsola. Diggersby and Corsola are going to be a great synergy. Like those going to, like for example, Diggersby mainly going to be weak against those flying type Pokemon because you have mainly ground type damage, as well as of course flying type Pokemon, which Corsola can beat. And so Dachsbun can just align itself in the 2-shield scenario. We have 2 bulky Pokemon, they don't need the shields as well, and you can keep alignment with this Pokemon. And as you can see here in the 1-shield, 0 to 1-shield scenario, this team is going to be already looking insane. Bit of a problem maybe could be Diggersby, but the rest should be totally fine. And then if we want to take a look here now in the 2-shield scenario, this is of course going to be even better for us because we have the Dachsbun, which is going to be able to beat most of the Pokemon, and Pokemon that are going to be tough for you, like Toxapex, you're going to have 2 good answers in the back for it. So that is going to be insanely important, and this is going to showcase again that this team has a lot of potential. Moving on to a different strategy is here Gliscor, Azumarill, and Dachsbun. Azumarill is going to try to bait out potential poison-type Pokemon. Ideally, it's going to be something like a Clodsire or something like a Drapion, something like this. But it's also okay if it's going to be something different. But of course, like the worst scenario for this team is a backline with Toxapex. But Gliscor is going to be able to basically beat the poison-type Pokemon, Azumarill is functioning as a bait, and Dachsbun as a closer. And again, this team looks like a really good one to use and have a lot of play against the current meta. And in the 2-shield scenario, again, it's going to look even a little bit better, as we will see here. And yeah, this team is going to be amazing. Like, this is going to be really good. And now we're going to take a look at Dachsbun in the Ultra League. It doesn't get to 2500 CP. Does it stop it? It doesn't. As we want to see here as well, the 1-shield scenario, it looks amazing. Average rating of 553 is going to be great. We're going to see here the 2-shield scenario as well. And we have an average rating of 620, which is really, really good, making this Pokemon, again, a top-tier meta Pokemon. And you might think, they're going to be better at Turn this sort. And that is not the case, really. We're going to see here again, the 2-shield scenario, we're going to see here against Clefable. Clefable is the best normal fairy-type Pokemon currently running Fairy Wind. In the 2-shield scenario, look at this. We're going to have a lower average rating, but we're going to win 1 extra matchup compared to the Clefable. And we lose against Ampharos and Cobalion, which are not really common, while we win against Drapion and Cresselia and Gliscor, which are common. And so this makes this Pokemon, again, even better. Moving on to some teams here as well, we're going to see here that Gastrodon is going to be a great choice together with the Dachsbun. Weezing and Say-Stop going to allow you to cover up for the weaknesses of Gastrodon. Basically, Weezing is going to bait out also Pokemon like the Tentacruel, which you don't want to face, and that's going to be basically one of the best teams that you can run with Dachsbun in the Open Ultra League. And as you can see here as well, this Pokemon going to be absolutely amazing for any kind of league. You need to get Dachsbun, and I like that this Pokemon exists like this because I don't think it's overpowered, but it's going to be at least an alternative or an upgrade towards Pokemon that already exist. While it's a Charmer, I do think that this Pokemon is going to be very, very important and very, very cool. And so yeah, this is going to be it for this tiny video towards Dachsbun. Here are some team ideas that they had already for this Pokemon. It is important to get it. It's important to get the XL candy as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, helps me out a ton, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.